Okay, so we are on the road. I finished my fruit cup. It was delicious. Good stop. So I still have not seen one sign for Las Vegas, which is a little bit unsettling. And there's a lot of abandoned buildings. That said, there's quite a bit of traffic. So I think it's going to be fine. I should look at a map. I'm putting way too much faith here in the GPS. But anyway, I think it's still early. It's only 5 o'clock. So it's funny, you know, a lot of the signs here, they're all handmade, which is interesting. So even for the restaurants, the signs are handmade, and all the stands, the signs are and the street signs in many cases are handmade as well. Which tells me maybe this community, this region is not a priority for the local government when you're making your own street signs. And so, yeah, a lot of the signs I don't know what they mean because they're written in Spanish, and so I'm kind of curious to stop and see. I know some of them, like basura, I know is garbage, so they say no littering. And pollo is chicken, huevos is eggs. But there was a couple I didn't quite know. eBay? I don't know what that means. I don't think it was eBay. I don't think there's a lot of eBay. Well, maybe there is a lot of eBay out here. But it was funny. It made me think. I'll tell you guys a short story. So, me and my buddy Jay, who incidentally now lives in Yellowknife. So this is about, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. And we were living in Gananoque, so a small town outside of Kingston, Ontario. And him and I were working, I'd started this little business where I was working as a contractor. So building fences and painting things and doing light carpentry. And then I hired Jay to help me because it was actually quite busy. And so we felt like we were contractors. It was kind of fun. And we had this old truck we'd drive around. We had a ladder rack. It was great. And so one day we see this sign. We're driving past it repeatedly because it was near the hardware store, and it said hostas for sale. So Hostas, hostas for sale. And so we thought, great, let's go in and get a couple of hostas for lunch. I thought they were kind of like empanadas. Jay didn't know what they were. So we stop at this guy, and it was just at a guy's house, like on the side of the highway, so not unlike this. So we knock at his door, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna get a couple of hostas to go. The guy's like, sure. So like he takes us into the backyard and he points down and he says, okay, just whichever one you want, you can just take it. So we didn't know that a hosta is in fact a plant, like, you know, a piece of vegetation that you grow in a ornamental garden. So Jay and I looked at each other. We thought, oh, and I didn't know what to say. I just said to the guy, yeah, maybe you should just pick them. You know, the hosta is better than me. He said, well, they're all kind of the same. And so we kind of walked, and I think it was $5 a hosta. So we walked out of there with these two hostas, and we thought this was. So the moral of the story, I guess, is that occasionally when you stop or you find yourself in some sort of unknown situation, there's a pretty good chance, especially in my case, that you are going to make a fool of yourself. That guy clearly knew when we bought those hostas that we didn't know what we were buying. He didn't let on, we didn't let on. But to this day, we still joke about hostas, Jay and I. And so anyway, yeah, I mean, that can happen. Back there, the guy I bought the fruit bowl from, he didn't speak English, or not very well at least, and he was asking me mixto, or and then he was saying watermelon in Spanish. I don't know what watermelon in Spanish is, so but we got, it worked out okay. So anyway, where am I here? We're just trucking along. I'm at Monte Vista Road and Astor Road. So for those of you following me at home, and there's a lot of cactuses here, and apart from that, there's not much. So okay, well, that was my story for now, and yeah, we'll keep trucking. What's my ETA here?